thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence.
This is a Watchman for Zion recording.
The Sealed Book of Mormon, also known as the Sealed Book of Moses, Chapter 1.
Thus, Lehi had been commissioned by the Lord to protect this record of Moses, and directed to cross the great waters soon after returning from Babylon, when in the early days of the reign of Mattaniah, which had been given the name Zedekiah, he was sent with Jeremiah, son of Hilkiah, to Nebuchadnezzar with a message from the king of Judah. It was at this time that Jeremiah the prophet sent to the care of Elisha, that is, by Lehi, a letter to the chief elders of Judah and Jerusalem, who were exiled in the land of Babylon. And it came to pass, therefore, that this record of Moses was again sealed by Shaphan, the father of Lehi, after the order of Josiah, the king of Judah, for the posterity of Israel and his seed, as set forth in the record of Lehi. For inasmuch that his writings were hidden by him and his brethren in a cave that lay between the mountainous plain of Moriah, east of Sidon, and which was later required of Lehi to bring with him to this land of promise. And it came to pass, when Lehi was commissioned, that when he was overpowered by the Spirit of the Lord, he was shown the sealed book of Moses, which he would have to protect, and that he was required to read his pages, thus coming to understand that which his father Shaphan had read years before to King Josiah, concerning the destruction of Jerusalem, when he rent his garment before the prophecies described by the great Moses, which were to occur in all ages until the coming of the Messiah, and after him to the consummation of the fullness of time. Thus, with the other records on the brass plates from beginning to Jeremiah, they were required by the Lord that Lehi should bring them from Jerusalem to this land of promise. Nevertheless, over time, the very book of the law, except for the sealed book of Moses, prophecies, had been transcribed in many brass books with the wise purpose of the Lord for the days of King Benjamin, which were distributed among the priests of the people of the Nephite nation, that they might remember the law of the Lord, and might teach the people to keep themselves holy before the heavens. For this reason it was that my father Mormon summoned up among the two books of Moses only the one that had been sealed, and which had never been revealed to the children of the covenant because of their iniquities. In turn, only those who truly believed and sought to know the mysteries of God and receive Him received this knowledge. However, it was forbidden to divulge them. And now that the record in ancient times has been sealed by the great prophet Moses, is summoned up in these sealed plates of Mormon, to be revealed only at the appointed time of the Lord. In addition to the sealed book of Moses, there is the record of the Acts of the three Nephites, written by Jonah, one of the sons of Nephi, who had been chosen by Jesus to be the chief priest, disciple of the 12 whom he called. Also, there is a summary of the prophecies of Samuel the Lamanite, which were fulfilled among my people, written by Nephi at the command of Jesus, for the purpose of reminding the people of the covenant in the last days, before the coming of the Lord in his temple. Lastly, 1/3 of the record of the revelation of John, written by the three Nephites, for inasmuch that they saw these things revealed by an apostle of the Lord, whose name was John, when they were caught up and transfigured before the throne of God, were shown unto them all things unspeakable from the mysteries of heaven. But because of the commandments which they received in heaven to keep this knowledge sealed, they did not report it, because they ministered among all the inhabitants of earth, but recorded the things which they saw and heard to be revealed, when at last these things start to occur again between the sons of men, when finally these things begin to occur again among the sons of men. Lastly, It was left for me, Moroni, to make a record of the ancient inhabitants who here on this earth came before us, and who were dispersed in the course of the fall of the great tower. At that time when the Lord confounded the language of the people in the days of Nimrod, which are recorded in the record of the 24 plates found by the people of Limhi, among which I gathered a part with the plates that were selected by my father, in relation to the record of this people, which I call the people of Jared, for how much I briefly summarize his history as the book of Ether, who had been the last Jaredite prophet who existed on the face of the earth.
This is a Watchman on the Wall recording.